Imagine a 17-year-old kid from Manchester, dressed like the boy next door, selling more records in America in 1 year than the Beatles. Believe it or not, it actually happened. Get ready for the deep dive on Herman's Hermits, the undisputed masters of sweet pop melody, the teen heartthrobs at the British invasion, and the group whose success was so massive it almost seemed like a joke. This is their story.
The Boy Next Door, how Herman's Hermits conquered America and why they disappeared. Everyone knows the Beatles, but did you know another British band briefly outsold them in the US? This is the unbelievable true story of Herman's Hermits, the cheeky lads from Manchester, fronted by the boyish 17-year-old Peter Noone. Dive into the deep history of the band that dominated the charts with sweet melodic pop hits like I'm Into Something Good and Mrs. Brown, You've Got a Lovely Daughter. We explore their massive American success, their transition to a monkee-style movie career, and the reason their classic sound didn't survive the 60s. Stick around until part 3 for the shocking details on the band's name origin in the multi-million-dollar business they became.
Hit that like button right now, subscribe for more untold music history, even maybe give me a hype or else the channel out, and tell us in the comments, were you Team Herman's Hermits or Team Beatles?
Part 1. The Youngest Invasion. The name game. First, let's clear up the name. There was no actual Herman. A roadie thought lead singer Peter Noone looked like the cartoon character Sherman, which became Herman. Noone was Herman. The secret weapon. The band's true engine was producer Mickey Most, a genius who preferred polished melodic pop over blues rock. Their first single, I'm Into Something Good, 1964, was an instant smash that established their clean, non-threatening image.
The age factor. In an era of rebellious rockers, a 17-year-old Peter Noone was the perfect wholesome counterpoint. His youth was a massive selling point that propelled them past their rougher rivals.
Part 2. Overtaking the Beatles in the USA. The unbelievable year with a stacked hook. In 1965, Herman's Hermits didn't just succeed in the United States, they took over. They placed 7 singles in the US top 20, 2 of which hit number 1. No other act, not even the Beatles, matched that US performance that year. The number 1 anthems. Their massive number 1 hits were tailor-made for American radio. The unison, perfect pop of Mrs. Brown, You've Got a Lovely Daughter, and the silly, sing-along pub favourite, Henry VIII I Am. The genius choice. Mickey Most made the band record songs that were older, vaudeville and music hall in style, which gave them a distinct, almost nostalgic sound that appealed to a huge cross-section of American audiences. Part 3. Movies, authenticity and the 70s split. We've seen the record sales, but you need to stick around for part 3. We're covering their shift into a movie career, the secret behind who played on their records, and the reason they couldn't survive 1967. Don't click away, it's coming up next. Hollywood Hermits. Following their massive success, they naturally moved to film, starring in 60s comedies like Hold On in 1966 and Mrs. Brown, You've Got a Lovely Daughter in 1968. They became the British answer to the Monkees. The session secret. Here's the rock history twist. For many of their early hits, the Hermits didn't play their own instruments in the studio. Producer Mickey Most preferred using top session musicians like Jimmy Page and John Paul Jones, future Led Zeppelin members, for perfect radio-ready recordings. They only played on their albums and live. The Wall. When the late 60s arrived, the world turned psychedelic, heavy and progressive.
The band's innocent pop sound couldn't keep up, and their hits dried up almost overnight. Peter Noone left for a solo career in 1971.
The 80s and beyond. Peter Noone maintained a successful career, and the name Herman's Hermits continues to tour today, though with only one original member from the 60s lineup, from a Barry Whitlam. The lasting impact. Herman's Hermits proved that catchy, simple, melodic pop could dominate the charts, even against the greatest songwriters of the era. Their charm, energy and sheer volume of hits cemented their place as 60s legends. The big ask. If you love this dive into the life of the 60s biggest teen heartthrob, you're a true fan of music history. Thanks for sticking around through all 3 parts. Don't forget to hit the bell icon so you're notified for our next video. We're doing a deep dive on Adam Faith next, so make sure you're subscribed. Thanks for watching and keep on singing.